What's good, everybody, man? Thank y'all for tuning in. I hope y'all having a blessed day. Um, my name is Davion. I go by Hollywood, though, my last name. As y'all may be able to see, like, back there on the wall. But, yeah. So I'm, this video right here, the goal of this video is to, like, I guess give everybody, like, a backstory on, like, why I decided to make this YouTube channel. Like, what's my goal? You know what I mean? Like, what's my story? Because a lot of people may not know. So on this video, I'm gonna pretty touch up on all of those things and explain my intro also, which was like the first video I posted. If y'all haven't watched it, go check it out. Yeah, so like I said, my name is Davion, I go by Hollywood. And on this channel, my primary goal is to, you know, just show people life inside of these walls, inside of the hospital, that's what I mean. Yeah, and share like updates, you know, stuff like that. The goal of the channel is really to like inspire people, I guess, to, you know, keep pushing no matter what you're going through, you know what I mean? Because you guys may know, or some y'all may not know. Yeah, I've been thrown a couple curveballs this year, and I'm gonna explain all of that. So let's get into it. So back in 2018, this is where also the intro video started. I was playing football. Football was like my life at the time. Played football for a school named Wilma Hutchins. And the last time I played, well, I'm lying. So I played in 2017. It was my junior football season. And I played it up until like the end of the season because I developed like this cyst on my lower back, which is like, if you guys don't know, it's like a knot. So it's like a knot. I guess that's one way to explain it. My lower back area. And at the time I was thinking, you know, it's a spider bite or something, like, you know, because we practice on this backfield sometimes. That's like grass and it's like in the woody area or whatever. So I was thinking like, okay, I got a spider bite or something, but then it wouldn't go away. And this happened like late November of 2017. Cyst never went away, so eventually, well, at the time I thought it was a knot or something, it didn't go away. So I went to the emergency room at Children's, and they sent me over to like the wound care specialist. I mean, not wound care specialist. I don't know. I think it was like a surgery department or something like that, maybe. I'm not sure exactly what it was called. But I ended up getting the surgery like early January. I want to say like January 5th of 2018, if I'm correct. Got this thing removed, and for some odd reason, it wasn't healing at the time, and like, which is weird, because, you know, like your body is like a natural like heal, like that's what it's, that's one of its like best jobs or whatever, like healing. So yeah, it wouldn't heal, and I was like coming up here for weekly appointments every week, and they was just saying the same thing, like, you know, some people take longer to heal, so they was telling me that, and I'm like, okay, but at the time I'm feeling like crap, man. Like, fatigue is like out of this world. Like, I couldn't stay up, had a hard time staying woke. Yeah, I was like a zombie walking around, honestly. Like, I don't know how I was even going through school on these days. A lot of my teachers and stuff was actually like failing me a lot, because like I was literally not doing nothing in the class. Like, but I didn't know why. I didn't know what was wrong with me at the time. And this is all like between like when school started back from Christmas break in January all the way up until February. This lasted, like, I was like falling asleep on the road, just all type of crazy stuff, you know. It was scary time. But February 5th was my last day at school. February 5th, 2018 was my last day at school, which is weird because I was actually like feeling okay that day. And I was feeling better than I had been feeling, like, you know, all these previous days, like as far as the school day. So I get out of school and it's like, okay, dang, I'm feeling bad. Like, at this time, like, I called my mom. I was like, you know, can we go to the emergency room? So we ended up going to the emergency room. This emergency room in like Lancaster, if y'all know where that's at. If y'all don't, it's like a small little emergency room. They pretty much was telling me the same thing that Children was telling me like, you know, it takes longer for like sometimes it take people longer to heal, but they didn't know why. I was like feeling bad everywhere else, I guess you could say, like with fatigue and all that. So they gave me like some pain meds. I went home, went to sleep, woke up in the middle of the night. Same night, woke up in the middle of the night, I'm like crying. Like, cause like at this point I got like a real bad migraine. And like it was my first time having a migraine. And it was just, and I was having like night sweats. Like my whole bed looked like almost a pool. Like I done just jumped in the pool or something. It was just like a puddle of sweat. So woke up that morning around like 7 something. And then me and my mom went to Children's. And we had like 13 hours in the emergency room. And then we finally get out the emergency room. We going up to a room. And the transport lady is like telling me about all this stuff that the hospital have. Like she telling me it's a library here, or I can find books here and games and all this crazy stuff. And in my head, I'm thinking like why is this lady telling me all of this? I'm just gonna be here like a night or something. What I was thinking. So, and then me and my mom, it flew over both our heads, I guess, because we was thinking the same thing. Like, why she telling us all this? So, yeah, we finally make it up here to the 6th floor, which is the floor I'm on right now. We finally make it up here, and shortly after making it up here, we get diagnosed. You know, I found out I got AML leukemia, and I'm not gonna lie, like my immediate mindset was like, wow, like I'm about to die from cancer. You know what I mean? So it was like, that was a crazy night. February 6th is actually on my, let's see if I can show y'all. Yeah, it's on my bracelet. Yeah, anyways. So yeah, February 6th, I was diagnosed. You know what I mean? Got this treatment plan. They were saying that I was expected to go through about 4 to 6 rounds of chemotherapy. Each round being like maybe like a little bit over a month. So I ended up doing that. Went through 6 rounds of chemotherapy. I started my first round like shortly after I was here in February. So I started maybe like a few days after I started chemo. I was real sick at the time. Like I really don't remember anything that happened like that first month of me being in the hospital. And then I was able to go home, and by now, like when I was able to go home for like a few days, like I would get like a break in between my chemo rounds. So I stay like 30-some days or so, leave, go home for like 4 or 5 days, and then I come back and start my next round. So like I said, that first month was like a blur. Like I really don't remember it. Fast forward to like before I started my second round, that's when everything was just like, I got into the normal swing of things. Like I guess you could say like, in a way I kind of accepted everything, you know, and like was trying to make the best out of it. Like, so I even was able to like start, like, I don't know, showing that I was like really like an outgoing person, which I am, like, you know, or which I was prior to I was sick, you know what I mean? So started back like talking and stuff, and like, you know, talking to people, because at first I was just like isolating myself. Like I didn't want to talk to nobody but my mama. I was like, yeah. So that happened, and then yeah, happened. Same routine happened throughout the months or whatever. I was there about close to 6 months. I left like right before the 6-month mark. Of me being inpatient in the hospital. So spent a lot of nights in the hospital or whatever. So after this, this is over with. I finished treatment. My cancer is in remission. So yeah, everything returned back into the normal swing, and I did it like kind of fast, I guess you can say, because I got released from the hospital like July 27, 28, and school started, like my senior year started August 12th, and they asked me like, do you want to just return to school for the next semester, or like, you know, you want to go into it? I'm like, go into it, why not? So I went into school, finished out my senior year, graduated as a patient care tech. I guess that's, you know, something to throw out there or whatever. Went to Townview Magnet Center. That's the school I went to, School of Health Professions. Graduated, and then, you know, at this point, life is like normal as ever. Got me a job, finished our senior year, started started my first year of college. Yeah, this is all in 2019 at the time. I graduated in 2019, started college that fall, went through college and everything, and then March happened, of course, March 2020. Still going through school at the time. It's in the middle of the spring semester. Finishing out school, but then this is when all this COVID stuff started happening, so things got crazy. I had quit my job that I was working at, which I was working at a grocery store. I was like, no way I'm about to be in here while this COVID going on. So I left. I was unemployed for a while. Fast forward, I started working at my mom's job. She worked at a nursing home. I worked as a dietary aide in the kitchen. But it was like, I wasn't around a lot of people and everything, so that's why I was okay with like working there. So yeah, that happened. And then everything was going okay. I probably got the job around like May, I want to say April. It wasn't too long. I want to say May. And then come June, like the end of June, mid-June, end of June, I got COVID. And it was like pretty bad. Like, if I would give y'all like a, I don't know, some type of advice to take this thing serious, because that virus was scary. So I got COVID in June, the end of June, went through like a week or two of being sick. Finally shake away from that, and I started back to feel good or whatever. But so COVID had gave me like some complications that I had no idea about. Like my heart was like not pumping like it was supposed to, and then like this week come, this is like in July at this point. I had like a week where I had a fever like for like 4 or 5 days, and like the fever wouldn't drop, and I was taking like Tylenol every 4 hours. Fever wouldn't go away. So I finally went to Parkland emergency room there, and then that night they admitted me, and like the next day I ended up in the ICU, which I really didn't like know too much about. Like I didn't understand why. Like I feel like I wasn't like explained, I guess like good what was actually going on with me. So I'm like scared out of this world. They got me on these meds and I'm like out of it pretty much, but I know I'm in the ICU. Come to find out, my heart was not pumping like it was supposed to be pumping, which is like weird, cause I'm a 19-year-old male. It's not coming, So end up getting some lab work done there. And this is like throughout the 7 days I'm there, I ended up getting the lab work done, maybe like my second or third day being there. Got the lab work done, and then when I was at Parkland, I heard like somebody came in and mentioned the idea of like my cancer might be back, like my leukemia might be back. But no one can give me like a definite answer because for one, the final test that they go through or whatever like hadn't came yet. And then another thing, that they're not like my primary oncologist, so I had to like be told that again by my doctor from here over at Children's. So ended up finding that out at the time. So I moved from Parkland over to Children's, and it was cool. I was thinking like, I'm going back here, at least I'll find like I'm around familiar people, like, my doctor, like my primary doctor. So I'm like, okay, I feel much better coming over here. And then get over here and I get diagnosed again. So like pretty much told me, like my doctor told me that, hey, like you relapsed, like your cancer is back. Gave me like a treatment plan. And so the treatment plan was me going through 2 rounds of chemotherapy. And then after that, I'll be going through transplant. So that's pretty much like a sum up of, where we are now. And like I said, I'm gonna use this channel to like give updates, you know what I mean? Just show like day-to-day life up in here, I guess. I'm not gonna be recording every day, but just like a normal day, I guess, like a normal day that'll be in this type of life. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoy the channel. Please like and subscribe the video. And yeah, be looking for some content. I guess. Thank y'all.